Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back. Well, actually, welcome to a first Master of the High Banks out here. It's a special series, Kevin. I'm excited for tonight. How you doing this evening?
Yeah, super excited, Luke. I heard this is some of the most intense racing you're going to find anywhere on iRacing. We're going to see four wide out here, I'm sure of it. And I think it's going to be a absolute exhilarating race out here tonight, Luke. What about you?
I'd have to agree with you, Kevin. I mean, it's on one of my favorite tracks, as you know, Talladega. I don't know the specifics behind this race exactly. I know you got a little more details, so if you want to dive into that one and explain a little more about what's going on tonight before we maybe hop into the grid, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, this is a new series called Master of the High Banks. It's a super speedway series like we've seen before. But this one's a little bit different. These guys race like there is everything on the line. We're going to see four wide action tonight. There's no doubt in my mind. The track tonight is Talladega. We have one fast repair, three green-white checkers. Fuel is 65%. And the grid, top 10, consists of Daniel Falkingham on the pole, Dylan Alt in second, Hunter Reynolds third, Alex Hill fourth, Connor Yurshak fifth, Malik Ray sixth, Vicente Guerrero seventh, Asher Little eighth, Rick Sanchez ninth, and Michael Guest 10th. But there's 26 drivers out here, Luke, and it is a super stacked field.
And that is, we're looking, I believe, right at about 26 drivers. I don't know if we have anybody on RC or anything like that tonight, or exactly who it might be. But regardless, we got a packed field out here tonight. Some of the best drivers we've seen, at least out here in the iRacing lobbies that we've had the privilege of broadcasting. So I think we're in for an absolute treat tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, me as well, me as well. Looking around, all the way from first to 26th, it seems like, any of these guys could win this race out here. I wouldn't put it past a single one of these drivers to find their way to the front. It's not the biggest race. We're looking at 37 laps out here, so, stuff's going to have to happen soon. We're going to see at least one pit, whether that be green or yellow, not sure, but, hoping for a good night. Pace cars coming in. We're ready to go racing here at Talladega in the trucks. Daniel Falkingham has the command as they show up on our screen any second now, ready to come into the Geico restart zone and get things going.
And man, that delayed restart out here at Talladega gets me every time, Kevin.
Me too, and I tried to recover, but it still sounded a little messed up. Regardless, we are green racing here with the Super Speedway, or with the Masters of the High Banks Racing.
Shut the hell up, Kevin, we're going racing. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
It's time to race, here we go. 37 laps of action out here, led by Daniel Falkingham on the inside, and Dylan Alt on his outside. 2x2 all the way through turns 1 and 2. They're getting up through the gears, getting up to the highest possible speed.
They're stacked. They're running close together off this restart, Kevin. They are not wanting to let off. It's not a very long race out here. It's a little bit shorter than some of the other races we've seen out here, at least from the other leagues hosted by these guys. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can do here with the shorter amount of time.
Yeah, and these guys, either working with their teammates or finding someone early in this race to work with, they will find a way to get around. These two lines we're seeing right now are not going to be the only lines utilized throughout this race. So it's only a matter of time to see some passes being made. But as of right now, it seems like that outside line's got a little bit more speed than the inside line as Dylan Alt makes his way to the lead for the first time tonight.
He's going to opt to drop down to that inside line. Not a bad decision there. Seems to have a decent bit of longevity. Just looking back throughout the field, I know we saw a little bit of three wide there near the back of the pack, but nothing too crazy. But unfortunately, we are seeing Daniel Eberhard kind of starting to fade off there. He's got to definitely try to catch into that draft if he wants a shot here to stay with these leaders. Still too wide all the way through. I imagine they're not going to want to, test this crazy 3-4 wide racing too early. I know we have, I believe, one fast repair on the night, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong. But they at least have some room for error out here if something does happen, but not much after that.
Yeah, and I do believe it is that one fast repair on the night, so, have a little bit of a leeway as far as, clean racing goes. In their car goes, but not too much. One incident, you lose your fast repair, then you're right there on the chopping block. We're 3 laps in, everything's been completely clean so far. 77 car.
There's that third line.
There it is, and it's going to be led by Kenny McCullough.
No surprise there. He's no stranger to that third line, and who's that with him? I figure out who that is with him out there.
Possibly John Ward? No, he's on the inside.
It's in the Menards,
whoever
it's in
has
the Menards truck. Oh, Oh boy, and yeah, they're 3 wide all the way throughout the back there. See a better view.
First.
That third line's starting to work. They're getting some speed going now.
First and second lines looking about like they did when we led. It's Falkingham on the inside, Alt on the outside. But they got to be starting to mirror
it's
race
Josh
a little bit.
behind
Seeing that third, Josh behind Kenny, that's no
Yeah.
surprise.
Man,
Seeing a little bit of third line just coming at him like a cannon. What's Dylan Alt going to do? He's going to stay on the second. Third line's led by Kenny McCullough. He moves up to third place. He moves up to second place. That inside line seems to be falling off a good bit. They don't have the speed that the middle and the top have. I assume we're going to see some drops. There goes one. It's going to be the 77 car.
That's Alex Hill.
And that inside line is now moving through the turns. They're going to get the speed in 3 and 4. And Alex Hill's going to come back up to the top, leaving Daniel Falkingham to maintain the bottom. We're 3 wide, just about all the way through here now, Luke.
Oh boy, they're really starting to get this thing going out here, Kevin. It's only lap 6. 5. Sorry, I thought it was 6.
Yeah, 5 out of 37. I mean, it's not the longest race, so these guys are really getting on their horse early. The third line's starting to fall off a little bit. They're down to 4 cars. But Kenny McCullough had a good run there for a second, getting up as high as I think second place. Regardless, Alex Hill's really been able to take control of this race, making the move on Daniel Falkingham, going up and coming back down on the later part of that same lap. The 48 car of Dylan Alt, though, still maintaining that second line with the 1 car of Malik Ray on his bumper. Third line's got a couple more cars, though, Luke.
Yeah, that they do. They got about 5 trucks strong right now, and they're starting to make a good push there now. They're getting more and more, though. Second line definitely has the vehicle advantage as of right now, but it ain't by much. That inside line's got just as many drivers as them. You know, as you were calling it, John Ward has now made his way up to that third line, Kevin. He's running about the 4th truck back right now.
And Kenny Real now at the back of the pack, but it doesn't even really seem like he's off pace. They're all within a second, so I'd imagine he's still in the draft, and he is. In a Vanderbilt car.
That's pretty sweet, I can't lie.
I played as them earlier in college football, Luke.
Yeah, belt to ass.
I just got killed, so...
It happens to the best of us, Kevin. You know, I've lost some monitors in some football games a time or 2.
Regardless, Alex Hill's picking his lines, taking control as best as he can. Malik Ray a little bit of a blink, but he is up in the lead on that third line. Blinking again. Where is he? That's got to be scary for Kenny McCullough and company.
He's going to get out of the way.
Opts to get out of their way, go up to that super high 4th line, and hopefully the guys in the back see that.
Good on him for moving out of the way. We just got to hope he stays clean all the way down back. It seems like he's going to get the transfer all the way back to the back unscathed. You know, Kevin, I can confidently tell you if that was in any kind of lobby that I'm able to join, that would have just caused a whole field pileup.
Yeah, good on them for keeping it clean, keeping it green out here. As Alex Hill's still in the lead, Dylan Alt still holding the lead on that second line, holding second place. Kenny McCullough had another taste of the front there, but they've fallen back a little. But look at the cars in that third line. That's going to get some speed. Asher Little opts to come up in front of Kenny, and I think that's the right move. He's going to get a lot of speed. There's a lot of cars behind him. Dylan Alt's going to die off a good bit, and that inside line is moving.
On the board off the drop for that second line. Ooh, that inside line getting a little squirrely. They're kind of fanning out a little bit, having a couple guys go up to that second line. That's going to leave the lead on the inside to Daniel Falkingham now. There on that second line. It's going to give a little bit of room there for that third line to make up some ground.
Yeah, and that they are. Asher Little's coming with a lot of speed. Asher Little's going to be in the booth here later for a green flag interview. So excited for that. But as of right now, I think we're going to leave him alone because he's in a very tight spot.
Oh, yeah. He's
now the pusher on that outside line, and that he does.
Ooh.
We're about 4 wide here. Here comes the 4th line led by Josh.
Oh, shit. I think we're about to see...
he settles back in a little bit.
They're bumping up near the front a little bit.
There's 4 wide.
4 wide, baby. They're 4 wide. Oh, sweet Joseph Mary. They are 4 wide.
Yeah, and the 26 car and Asher Little both trying to keep that 4th line with some speed, but they're not getting much as they're going to fall back a lot, and it's going to settle back into about 3 wide through most of this. The lead now is with the, I do want to believe that's the 18 car of Connor Yarashak.
Yep.
And Vicente Guerrero's also found his way to the front. Things got dicey up there, and we find some new cars up towards the front, Luke.
Yeah, couple of the guys making some transfers after a little bit of an awkward bump there. It looked like the inside second line there a little bit ago, but looks like most of the guys that did get bumped around held together pretty well. They're not too far off the top 5, but definitely some new leaders going. I hate to ask this early, Kevin, but you got any names you're looking at here tonight? Just from what we've seen so far? Oh boy, look at that third line. They got vehicles.
Yeah, that they do. And, you know, I really couldn't give you a name this early, Luke. We haven't seen any incidents. We haven't seen... Four wide.
Four wide.
We haven't seen anything to say, you know, otherwise that this is going to be a chaotic race with anybody could ending up in the front. But, you know, I would just guess any of the guys with the most experience, because when it gets this hectic, the guys with the most experience are going to prevail. So, right now, the lead is owned by... Daniel Falkingham just took it on the 14 car of Vicente Guerrero. I wanted to wait that out and see.
Look at that third line, though. They're moving.
Third line has a lot of speed. I think that's going to be led by the 27 of Steve Kurisak. I might be wrong by that.
They've got lots
Definitely
of speed
a good move for him. He's come all the way from 22nd place off the start. Fourth line. It's looming.
Who is that with him? I can't tell. I guess the 20. Is it the 29?
29 car.
But they are 4 wide up there near the lead, Kevin.
Hey, that's Malik Ray trying to find his way back to the front. He was running up front and got, you know, maybe some blinking issues, and he's, you know, making the dangerous moves to find his way up there as we're on board with him on that fourth line. That's teammates right there, Kyler Wynn and Malik Ray. Trying to see what they can do on the fourth line.
And I know, Kevin, if I was sitting there running that fourth line, I would personally just be shitting bricks. I don't know about you.
Yeah, you know, look, I don't think I'd be up there. I think in a lobby like this, if I was racing, I would hug that inside and just, you know, pray things went my way. But the third line gets split a little, and Steve Kurisak, I do believe, comes up on the fourth. No, that is possibly Steve Kurisak. Anyways, it's going to give more speed to the fourth line, less to the third line. They are stacking up out here all the way back to Asher Little, who's trying to decide if he wants the third, fourth, second. He can go anywhere right now. But it seems like they're going to die off a little bit. We still have the 18 car of Karashak and the 39 car of Daniel Falkingham leading on lines 1 and 2. It seems like the second line is really where you want to be right now, Luke.
I mean, it seems to have a lot of speed, and I mean, from what we've seen,
a lot of consistency.
Yeah, I was about to say, the third and fourth line has a lot of speed at times, but it seems to also die off quite a bit. That inside line just, to me, they can't seem to find as much momentum as that second line. It just seems like the second line is the place to be. Speaking of that third line, they're starting to get some momentum now, and they're getting vehicles. Vicente Guerrero now, he's on that lead line on the inside, but Daniel Falkingham being pushed by Connor Euroshak on that second line.
Yeah, and you know, Daniel Falkingham, you know, feeling out that second line, like I just said, he's got a lot of speed through the back straight, he's got a lot of speed through the tri-oval. He's going to drop down in these turns because it seems like that's been where that speed is, but...
Third line's getting some momentum there. I think that's led by Michael Guest there, the number 54. Okay, well, it says number 54, but he's in the number 90 Toyota, to my knowledge. He's really starting to get some momentum.
Connor Euroshak really taking control of the lines right now. He's pushed by Falkingham, but he's on the low line now. He's going to have the speed through the turns. Your top 5 is Euroshak, Falkingham, Guerrero, Guest, and Sanchez, but that is subject to change out here at Talladega. We still have 26 cars in this field, and they are all still in the lead pack. We haven't seen any cautions, but we have seen some tight racing so far. As the leaders are giving some heavy pushes, you saw the nose of the 18 car move around a little bit after a bump through the tri-oval, but, you know, if you're going to want to stay up in the front in these tight lobbies, you're going to have to make the aggressive moves. We see the inside line, you know, just come together here for a second. Looks like something you'd see from the actual race. Come together and get a lot of speed going, maybe some strategy, but Falkingham's not having any more of it as he goes up to the second line. Third and fourth both looming out here. We're 4 wide once again with the fourth line only 2 cars strong. But here comes Asher Little to push it a little bit. We got 23 to go out here as Euroshak pushes around Daniel Falkingham currently.
You know, Kevin, just 23 short laps to go out here. Like we've been saying all night, it is not a long race, and we've seen some moves made early, and that third line and fourth line is really getting tested early out here.
Yeah, you know, look, it almost seems like that's all it's being used for as of right now. It seems to be, you know, the subject of testing currently. 2 or 3 cars at a time going up to that fourth line to get a feel for it. And it's not, you know, getting as many cars as you'd expect and getting the speed you'd expect. The third line's doing pretty good, I won't lie, but, you know, will we see more cars later on that fourth line trying the very high side? I couldn't tell you.
It's tough to say, but one thing I have noticed, Asher Little, who was running up pretty high up there in the front there for a majority of the race, he's fallen back to about P23 now. He's near that backpack right now. He's running the sandwich line in between, I think that's Kyler Wynn and the number 17. Yep, another one of those great iRacing moments.
Is it Jimmy Reynolds?
Never the number. Oh yeah, Jimmy Reynolds. Never mind. I'm just blind as a fucking bat. And the number 5 electing to go up there to that fourth line. I think he might have gotten boxed out just a little bit. He's going to slide back down. Number 5, excuse me. You know what this sound is, Kevin?
Well, I didn't hear it, but knowing
Stream.
you, I'd imagine it's one of the new Bush apples.
The stream heard it, and you would be correct. Bush Apple is back on the shelf, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm excited to get my greasy little paws on it here soon, but right now, Daniel Fogelham's still leading on that second line.
Ooh, that third line is tight.
Yeah, it is.
No quarter given there for that third line. They're just trying to get as much side draft speed as they can. How about that fourth line starting now? It's going to be Malik Ray, and I think Asher Little trying to tag along out there. Kyler Wynn's going to elect to get behind Malik Ray, and who's that behind them? I can't tell. The fourth line's got about 4 vehicles now. They're going to start to get some speed here going. We got just 20 short laps to go, and that fourth line's got some fucking speed. They are moving. Yeah,
Malik Ray's moving all the way back to Asher Little. A couple of them in between. They got 4 cars on it, and it seems like if they can get the cars...
with them.
Yeah, Michael Gestop's up there, and they're really going to split the 3 car of Kenny Real. He's got not much help on that third line, but they're all going to drop in. Oh, and he's going to fall in behind. It was tight. But now we're 3 wide racing, and those guys on that third line are in a good spot. Asher Little up to the wall a little.
Oh, boy. This has been some intense racing out here so far, Kevin. Daniel Falkingham remaining in the lead. Hunter Euroshak and Daniel Eberhardt not too far off their tail. Malik Ray starting to look at the end of that third line now. He's looking for his shot of the lead now. Kyler Wynn hot on his heels. They're making that third line move. They got 4 vehicles with them. 5th one looking to follow. The second line with the story of the night. They're really starting to get some speed. It's going to be Daniel Eberhardt lead. Malik Ray still seems to be having some blinking issues. But he's going to take the lead now. Here
at Ninth Gear, we like to do things a little bit differently, so you want to get one of these drivers in for a mid-race green interview real quick?
I'd love to, Kevin. Are we hopping on the onboard of the 01 of Asher Little? Oh, and here comes the pits, Kevin.
I'll wait. I'll wait till the cycle through. I'll wait till the cycle through.
Yep, we're seeing some takers here early. It's the McCullows. I'm seeing Ward. I'm seeing Sean Corbett, Tim White, Brock Martin. And that's about all of them there. I believe we're seeing about 6 going in. Oh, and they're wrecking!
They're wrecking on the tie line. Everyone's trying to clear it, and everyone does. The caution flies, though.
And it's honestly tough to see who that was really between, because I think everyone kind of held it together there at the end.
Yeah, and, you know, to me, it looked like... I know it was a green car. I don't know how much that helps you. I'm trying to get a read on it.
We'll go back and go to the yellow flag, and we'll watch it. We'll see. Oh, what happens right after the front.
I didn't even mean to make a joke, to be honest with you. It was behind Malik Ray. Whoever was, you know, right behind Malik Ray.
Here, we'll watch the far chase. That is the 44 of...
I'm not seeing it either. Yep.
Thank you, iRacing.
I think Matt Lee. Are you sure it's not the 04?
Bingo. Okay. 04 of Matt Lee.
Unfortunate, but is there really that much damage?
So we'll watch it back at normal speed here real quick, but just from what I'm being able to analyze first, it looks like he was just trying to chase Malik Ray to give him that push. He didn't really, know he was making that transfer down low. Just kind of got in between a couple lines there, a couple bad pushes, but honestly,
Ooh.
Great recovery by the fellas out there.
And Luke, we are eating a storm right now.
Oh,
Let
I
me
saw
tell
it.
you.
I feel like I just got fucking flashbanged in my room, Kevin. Oh, there it is.
Oh man, my house is shaking.
My whole setup is shaking.
All right, but not too bad. Technically, I think a two-car incident, but we've
They all
definitely
held it
seen worse
together.
out here.
That is correct, and I mean they all held it together. So I mean, all things considered, those that were involved, I mean Matt Lee's still running in 16th place. So I mean, could have been way worse for these drivers. I don't think any of them are even going to be taking that fast repair off of that, but we are going to see a plethora of pits here this time by Kevin. We are seeing damn near the whole fucking field coming in.
Yeah, and some of these guys just came in
Yep.
for fuel when it happened, so I'd assume those guys are gonna stay out and get their lap back if they lost it. But everyone else, which was a pretty large field, is gonna come in.
And the only ones we're really seeing stay out there are the McCullows, Ward, Sean Corbett, Brock Martin. I think, oh no. Now Tim's going in as well. Tim E. White's going in. I've seen a lot of the guys on the exit here, and I believe the win on the exit's going to go to Daniel Falkingham. Yep. That's going to be Daniel Everhart, not too far behind him, and Malik Ray. That's going to be the top three in that most recent pit. But John Ward is going to be the leader off of this restart with Joshua McCullough on his outside. Sean and Kenny going to be behind those two. Four teammates, I would assume, working together here off the restart. But it's going to be about 14 laps to go when we go green here, and definitely not much racing left. So it's going to be a... I have a feeling just from what we've been seeing out here so far tonight, I think the guys are going to ramp things up here when we start closing in on these last 10 laps. But then again, only time will tell. We'll have to see out here, but let's see where Matt Lee cycled at the end of that. Yeah, no surprise. He's going to probably cycle back to about 24th, one of the further back positions. He was definitely involved in that one, but not too heavily involved. I don't think he's going to have to take any fast repairs or anything like that, so I think he'll be all right.
How we looking, Luke?
Oh, not too bad, Kevin. We're pacing around out here. I just went over the who's going to be leading out here on our pits, on the exit of the pits and everything like that.
Got my fingers crossed. Everything as far as our setup stays tip-top shape because, we're getting hammered right now.
Yeah, that we are, and
This thunderstorm is
probably
blown through.
Window, huh?
Yeah, you really should.
Not the worst idea in the world, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out...
Sounds like that bridge is here. Give me a second.
Well, while he's doing that, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Chase's Goat Milk. So, if you're a big goat milk guy, not quite sure where you can find them.
Talking about the goat milk?
You're talking about the goat milk, Luke.
Oh, hell yeah. That's my favorite sponsor. I'm back.
Not quite sure who Chase is or where you can find his goat milk.
But he's got the best damn goat milk on this side of the Mississippi, I'll tell you that much. Which side of the Mississippi? I'm not quite sure, but it's one of them.
One of them.
It's one of them, damn it.
Other than that, just if you're enjoying the stream, enjoy some of this high-intensity racing, go ahead and hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. That helps us tremendously. We are,
engagement.
Trying to get to that 200 subscriber goal.
Shoot, how close are we?
We are currently 36 off.
Nice, nice. Very,
That's
very
light
close.
work.
That's light work to some fellas like us. Like I said, it's going to be John Ward and Joshua McCullough on their respective lines leading when we go green out here. Sean Corbett and Kenny behind those two. That's going to be a strong pack pushing each other up there near the front.
Yeah, and Luke, about 2 laps after we go green, I'm going to pull some interviews in here.
Yeah? Who are we going to get in here first?
We're going to get them at the same time.
Really? All right.
We got teammates.
Treat, I see.
Yeah, we got teammates Miles Bagley, and Asher Little. So, I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. Very interested to hear how the race is going from the driver's perspective. We can always, we get to see everything, but then again, we haven't got to hear anything. So, there could be some tempers flaring we might not know about.
Yeah, and there'll always be annoyances or minor flares between these guys at super speedways. You're never going to be 100% happy with 100% of the drivers. But we'll see what they got to say as we're going green this time by. It's going to be John Ward leading us off on the inside line here, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep. John Ward on the inside, Joshua on
Josh
the outside.
McCullough on his outside. Kind of similar schemes.
Yeah, very similar schemes. But regardless, they're going to cross that Geico restart, and boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing out here once again at Talladega with the Masters of the High Banks, Kevin.
Yeah, that we are, and I think it's going to be exciting right off the get-go, because that is the last pit we're going to need to see out of these guys. Got some blinking in the back they're going to try to get around, but I think it's all-out racing time, Luke.
Oof, and it's Malik Ray. He's been... I mean, I would have to imagine it's been him blinking, because, I mean, we've seen him kind of transfer to some of those outer lines to stay out of everyone's way, so I think he's having some internet troubles right now. He absorbed a little bit of whatever I was doing.
Yeah, maybe storms, you know?
Yeah.
It's that time of season.
That it is, and speaking of season, it's that time of the season where Kenny McCullough makes that transfer on that outside line. He's starting to make some moves.
Yeah, and, you know, Kenny and Josh on the front row. I think if you're a McCullough Motorsports fan, it's time to start taking some screenshots and, you know, getting your angles, because this is a sight to see for McCullough Motorsports. This is exactly where they want to be with 14 laps to go. Now 13.
And they're looking pretty strong here. You know, they both got, they don't have the freshest cars in the world. They went in on that earlier pit cycle. We'll go and look at the battle box here. See, they went in on lap 19 along with Sean Corbett, Brock Martin, and I believe John Ward. They all four went in around the same time together. So they're running a slightly different pit strategy than the rest of the guys out here. The other guys are on just a little bit fresher of a car, so it's going to be interesting to see if that, you know, plays into their benefit or to their disadvantage out here. But that third line has been formed, and it is starting to move out here.
Yeah, and you know, so far it's played into their advantage. They didn't go down a lap, so they were able to stay out when everyone had to pit and get their way back up to the front. So they all got, you know, an express way to the front of the pack. The downside of that is, you know, do you want to be at the front of the pack this early? You can't. You're playing defense. You're not playing offense right now. And it looks like the defense isn't going to hold as far as that inside line goes, because 2 and 3 are flying right now.
That they are, and a lot of guys getting dicey, and we're wrecking.
Oh,
we're wrecking. Oh, and the 5 is on his fucking hood. He's flying.
He's breakdancing.
That's Miles Bagley.
I mean, he is moving. Miles Bagley
lands it on all 4.
Thank God he wasn't in here, because I'm sure that would have gotten explicit. Not his fault. He was just on the bottom of that one. We're gonna have to go back and see it though.
Goodness, I think I saw Malik Ray involved in that one. I think Tim White. But we're gonna have to go back and look at that one. That was definitely one of the wilder incidents we've seen out here so far tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go let the guys know that their interviews are gonna be a bit delayed.
Yeah, fair enough. And we'll go ahead and watch the watch review of this one here, as my dog is whining like a motherfucker.
All right, Luke, talked it through him. I think we're going to get the man of the incident, Miles Bagley, and now, and then get Asher under green. So I'm going to pull him over. Now, which, is that him we're looking at right now?
All right, and hopefully we got a decent review there. I'll let the dog out.
Earth to Luke.
Luke's here.
Which car is Bagley in that incident?
Bagley is in the car that's currently kind of sideways there.
Okay. So let's take a look at how this one went before because I'm gonna pull him in on a yellow interview.
All right. So actually, Bagley's in the number 5. He's the one that did some flips. Bagley's the one.
It says Rick Sanchez is 5. Is it just one of those signs?
Rick Sanchez is in 9th place. We're watching Miles Bagley right here.
Okay. All right. Get him in here. Let's see what he has to say about that incident.
Yeah.
Hey, Miles, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, first of all, are you okay? That was an absolute wild trip.
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I thought I was just gonna get turned into the wall, but then, like, I flew into the air, so I think that actually helped me from dying.
Yeah, you know.
I have 5 seconds to repair, so I'm good.
Yeah, and you know, by some miracle, your crew team has figured it out to get your car back up in tip-top shape. We've seen you guys, you know, taste a little bit of the fourth line, you know, dabble a little bit, but what's the strategy going to be? You got about 10 laps to go out here. A move's got to be made.
We got 10 laps to go, and I'm in the very back. I'm trying to catch up to my teammates. I got Ashley Little and Aaron Vasquez. Aaron's running a great race in P3 right now. So me and Ashley just gonna try to work up to him. Might be a little bit of a challenge. We got some strong people in this field, and yeah. So it's gonna take the work of God for us to get up there, but I have faith that we can do it.
Yeah, and you know, crazier things have happened here at Talladega. We wish you the best of luck, and we're gonna let you guys get back to racing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it. That was Miles Bagley. Has the highest of hopes, despite having to start from the back here, Luke. And you know, like I said, crazier things have happened. He's in 20. That's only 26 spots he's got to make up, and if he gets on the right line, that can go quick.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I believe leading us off here off of this restart is going to be Daniel Eberhardt and Daniel Falkingham. Two Daniels leading us off here on their respective lines. Just looking at that battle for first right now, Kevin, that is a lot of high-ranking iRacing, iRating and safety rating drivers right now.
Yeah, Luke, you know, maybe someday, after decades of practicing, we'll even make it into the same official split as them. But,
that's yet to be seen.
As for now, the C and D classes, you know, have a good one, and Luke and Kevin.
That's right, we're always putting on a show down there in those lower splits, that's for damn sure. I believe it's going to be, what? It's going to be 8 laps to go when we go green?
Yeah, I'd assume so. It doesn't look like we're going green this time, so assume it's going to be about 8 laps to go. We have 3 green-white checkers, though, so you never really know.
Yeah, we got them at our disposal if needed. But, I mean, the way we've been seeing these guys drive out here, it's been very, very clean for the majority of this race. So I wouldn't imagine we'll need all of them, but then again, you know, anything can happen out here at Talladega.
Daniel Eberhardt leading this. I mean, he started in the back. I don't know if he started. Yeah, he started dead last, and then he was trailing by a decent 5 or 6 car length gap at the beginning of this race. We wondered if there was a problem or if he was just in the back of the draft, you know, trying to catch back up. And he's made his way all the way up to the lead of the entire 26 car pack, Luke.
And that he has. He's going to be running that outside line here to start this restart. He's in a very, very comfortable spot as that second line has been working all afternoon.
Hey, Luke.
What's up, Kevin?
You just notice we have a Rick Sanchez in this lobby.
It hit me when you were reading the grid, and I wanted to make a joke, but I figured it's probably best not. But
well,
Rick seems
I think
to have
it's
found his
all
way
in
out of the
good.
laboratory and made his way up to where is he at? He's in the top 10. He's in the top 10. Damn it! One portal gun move, and he's right up into that top 5.
I gotta imagine it's all in good fun. He's got the Rick Sanchez as his profile picture, so enough about
I imagine he probably gets that joke quite a bit, but
yeah, enough about cartoons. Let's get back to racing as the green flag is in the air and he's ready to wave it as they come through the tri-oval. Getting ready to go green here. It's going to be the command of the outside line this time with Daniel Eberhardt, and we are green here racing at Talladega.
maybe for the last time, Kevin. Only time will tell. And I can confidently say right now I'm seeing a little bit of internet issues due to the storm, but it's nothing major, so we're hoping that just kind of irons out. It's a little bit of internet slowage just because of the storm that's passing through here right now, but we don't have much racing left out here, and 8 laps to go. Let's see if the guys can get her finished out here before the storm ends up taking hold on us. And, oh, they're bumping up near the front. Daniel Eberhardt, Daniel Falkingham, and they're clearing the fuck out.
Gets to 18. Josh McCullough's
Oh
flying.
my!
Dylan Alt's flying. Connor Yurchak's flying. People are wrecking like fucking crazy all over the track, and that's the big one here at Talladega.
And holy shit, the big one happens with 8 to go, Kevin. Good.
Yeah,
Lord.
Daniel Eberhardt involved heavily with the wall there. The 71 car of shit. Let me cycle through. Aaron Vasquez involved there.
Connor Euroshak, I saw him on his side at
Oh
one
yeah,
point.
he was flying.
Goodness,
A
yeah,
lot
we're
of
gonna go back.
a lot of
That
these
was
guys
big.
rolling. I'd assume all of those guys had a fast repair though. So obviously, not good. They're gonna go to the back, but if they're rolling, they're racing. So, whew, that one was wild though, Luke.
And that it was, and I think Connor Euroshak's probably gonna have a good front row seat here. Let me watch his on board. Ooh, to me, it's tough to say what to. Oh! Yeah, definitely the left side of that truck is gonna, at the very least, have some major cosmetic damage from Connor Euroshak. I know that pink side of the vehicle is probably gonna be about the same color as the asphalt after that ride. But go back one more time and maybe watch the overhead here and get a little more clues as to what happened. And, I mean, just from what I saw back there, it looked like maybe a bit of a squirrely bump to Daniel Falkingham, and that caused him to get a little loose to that outside line. But we'll see right here.
All right, I'm back. Luke just talked to Asher Little. We're gonna get him in on the next screen.
All right,
Is it just one of those things?
We're watching the review right now. I'll let you maybe take a look here and see what you got to say about it. So they're going out of the exit of turn 2 here. Pay attention to like Daniel Falkingham, the 71, and
Yep, that inside line.
Eberhard on his right. Watch Eberhard as well. To me, it almost looks like Eberhard kind of comes into his line a little bit, and then the 71 gives him a bit of a bump right at that exact same moment, and that just kind of, as you know, that just kind of causes the whole field to get fucking cleared out behind him.
Yeah, and I gotta blame. We don't blame here at ninth gear, but if we were to, I'd probably say the 90. I think he came down a little low. And, the goal of that second line is to, not give that inside line any room, side draft him as much as possible, but it seems like he came down just a little bit too much, and chaos was the result of that one. Yeah, and just talked to Asher. He's using a fast repair. He got ARCA braked, so he'll be at the back of the field, but ready for his interview if we can get a green lap out here.
Yeah, maybe let's go ahead and watch let's watch his onboard. I know you said he had a bit of a wild one there. Let's go and see what happened in his point of view. I mean, you see the wreck. It's happening up in front of him. I mean, he's just trying to find a lane, and yep, he definitely got ARCA braked.
Regardless, he said he's got it rolling, got it fast repaired up, ready to start from the back. I'd assume he wouldn't be too far from Miles Bagley, his teammate, since he was involved in the last incident, so...
It was the 27 they got. Is it the 27 or the 37?
I think regardless, I know who that is. I think it's Karasak.
Yeah, it's the 27.
I thought that was Steve Karasak, but I could be wrong.
Nope, you'd be correct.
Regardless, gonna go racing here soon. And not gonna be our first green-white checker, just gonna be straight up, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yep, I believe it's gonna be right at about 5 laps to go when we go green, 4 laps to go when we go green. Definitely not too much racing left out here, Kevin. I mean, like you said, we do have those green-white checkers at our disposal if need be, but it seems like they might have cranked up the intensity meter just a little bit here in these last couple laps, Kevin.
Yeah, Luke, why wouldn't they? Because we got 26 guys out here trying to cash into a 5 payout race. I mean, they know the potential for 4 wide is there. So why it doesn't surprise me that they got the intensity up to maximum, just trying to push the limits of each other.
I guess the real question is who's got the balls to make that 4th line, Kevin? That's going to be really the decision maker out here, I think. so few laps left to go out here, Kevin. We're gonna, once we go green out here, we're gonna swap to that your top 5 leaders out here on the top or on the little banner up there at the top of your screen, just so we can get a better idea of who's competing in that front pack. But off this restart is going to be led by Daniel Falkingham on the inside line and Kenny McCullough Jr. on that outside line. Kenny's had a great race all night, Kevin. He's been running up there near that front of the pack. He's avoided all the incidents that's happened. He's still up here leading that second line. Definitely a force to be reckoned with as they're getting ready to go out of the exit of turn 4 and getting ready to go green this coming time by, Kevin.
Yeah, pace car ready to come in, hopefully for the last time if you're the pacer out here, but regardless, green flag is in the air. He's ready to wave it. You want to take the command on this one, Luke?
Oh yeah, I got this one, Kevin. Boogity, boogity, boogity. 4 fucking laps to go. We're racing once again with the Masters of the High Banks out here.
Yeah, and Luke, we're racing once again, no doubt about it. They're already shaking around a little bit, looking if they can find any spot to get open. Going up through the gears, getting to top speed. Hey, Luke.
Hey, Kevin.
We're racing with 4 laps to go. I think now's a good time for an interview.
I agree, Kevin. Bring him on in.
Hey, Asher Little, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, 4 short laps to go. You're kind of near your teammate. Are you going to try to find him, or is this kind of a dog-eat-dog situation?
Well, he just left me, and he looks, oh my gosh, the season party right now.
Run, Asher, run!
I'm trying, man. Yeah, teammates are kind of around me, trying not to die. Use my faster because someone hard to break the crap out of me. But, yeah, I might just take the hole and go for it here. Super fun. Oh, shoot. Go for it. Yeah. Oh, right here. Watch this. This would be sick.
Oh, he's got
Yeah,
a run.
Dan, you got Eberhardt behind you, so you gotta imagine that he's an aggressive racer out here. So does that change the dynamic a little bit about how you're gonna race?
Well, this sucker is absolutely side-drafting the crap out of me from the bottom. I don't know. This guy might split me. No, we're chilling. No, you just gotta. No, they're all. You gotta imagine they're all like 5-year-olds. You're racing terrible people, and you're the best out there. I might take 3 here. Not really sure. If he's leaving a gap like he is, I'm gonna take that like that. Absolutely worked. I am the best there is. I'm pissing excellence right now.
Absolutely, Asher Little.
Yeah.
We appreciate the interview, and we're gonna let you get back to these last 2.5 laps.
Thank you.
That's Asher Little, pissing excellence.
Probably one of my favorite movie quotes of all time, Kevin. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Please Be 18, but aside from that, we're back racing here. 2 laps to go. Kenny McCullough's leading this one. Michael Guest on the inside.
Oh, they're bumping around. The 44 sideways. They're wrecking.
44 sideways. And the
Oh,
caution
and he gets into Malik Ray.
is still in. We're still racing, Luke.
That we are. The caution stays in, and it's just 2 short laps to go. Kenny McCullough with the lead, and Rick Sanchez. He uses portal gun. He's up into the outside line. And there's that 3rd line, Kevin. They're starting to form.
Yeah, 3rd line's out here. Michael Guest in the lead on the 2nd line. That inside line's led by Kenny McCullough and Daniel Falkingham.
Ooh, lines are getting split right now, Kevin. It's getting choppy. We're seeing some intense racing, and white flag, white flag, white flag. 1 lap to go out here. It's Michael Guest with the lead. They're spinning. They're bumping around back there. But goddammit, we're racing out here. It's 1 lap to go. Michael Guest with the lead. Kenny McCullough behind him. Rick Sanchez on the lead on that outside line. But now he's pushing the leader, Michael Guest. And they're wrecking out behind him. Oh, they're wrecking out again for the lead. And it's going to be just
the field goes. Here comes Asher.
Oh, Asher's still in it.
He's pushing Yurshak. Kenny McCullough's hanging onto it on the bottom on a
3 wide.
prayer.
They're going to
The
strand
3rd line
Michael
opens
Guest.
up. 3rd line opens up. They split them. Do they have the time, though, is the question. Coming out of 4, it's that late start. So I'd imagine they've got the time. Kenny McCullough's hoping to just hang on to it. Kyler Wynn pushing them. They're coming through. They've
Here
got
comes the
speed.
move.
John Ward with the crossover.
Kyler Wynn going for it.
Kyler Wynn goes up top for
Oh,
it.
they're wrecking.
He gets turned into Kenny.
Ow!
They're all wrecking like hell.
Damn,
Kenny
Kenny's
McCullough
upside
wins
down.
it on
Kenny's
his head like a
flipping.
top. Connor Yurshak gets 2nd. Kyler Wynn gets 3rd, but Kenny McCullough
Oh my
on his damn head just kills Daniel Falkingham. They're both dead. Oh my god. Everybody's fucking wrecking.
Oh, holy shit. I mean, that was... What the fuck just happened, Kevin?
Asher Little cashes.
That he does. He gets 5th place.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
We gotta go back and watch
I
this,
mean-
Luke. Not only the finish, but the aftermath too, because I know you are a big fan of Rex. I'm a
Oh,
huge
you know
fan
it.
of Rex.
Okay, let's watch the finish here. Let's watch the finish here. So this is going to be the overhead here. This is going through turns 3 and 4. Okay, Strand Michael gets there. That's going to be the second line, or that third line on the front line broken. Out of turn 4, they're getting ready to approach the tri-oval. Here's the tri-oval. Kenny hooks it low, and he's just looking to stay in front of anybody. John's giving him the push. Oh, John gets up into, I think, Malik Ray a little, or who was that? No, that was Kyler Wynn, sorry.
Another win.
And, oh my god. Everyone giving Kenny the business to end that one.
Foggingham gets into it. I think Bagley's into it again
Oh my
there.
god.
Yep. And I mean, just... Whew, mayhem.
I mean, just an... I don't even have words to describe the ending of that race, Kevin. That was just an absolute chaotic ending. Let's go look at the wreck on the back straightaway real fast. I mean, we saw about
no doubt.
half the guys clear out back there from that alone. Oh, it was between Kyler Wynn and Rick Sanchez.
Yeah, Rick
That knocks
Sanchez.
Sanchez back to a 22nd-place finish. That is got to be upsetting for him.
Back through the portal he goes.
I mean, good lord. What a wild ride across the start-finish by Kenny. I mean, it did not look... So we'll slow it down here. Let's look how close that finish was to someone else winning that one. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, and you know, if the finish line was 100 feet later, 50 feet later, it's a completely different race. We probably see the 18 car win the race. Realistically, I think Urashak wins that race if it's a little bit longer. Asher Little was on a good run too. That inside line, they were just, I mean, Kyler Wynn got a face full of Kenny's hood, or Kenny's quarter panel, I guess. Kenny's everything, really. And then, I mean, just that whole inside line just was messed up there. Let's take a look at some official or unofficial results out here.
Yeah, and the win's going to be credited to Kenny McCullough Jr. Connor Yuroshak's going to be getting 2nd place. Kyler Wynn finishing in 3rd. Asher Little is reading a 4th place finish. John Ward reading a 5th place finish, and that's just to round out your top 5. Just to let you all know, that is all unofficial as it speaks. So we'll have to wait and see if those results stay true. But regardless, what a wild turn of events there for Kenny McCullough. He manages to win one on his side, fully sideways, Kevin.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've seen people win a race a little bit turned around, but I mean, he was more backwards than he was frontwards right there.
And we're waiting for some of the guys to get through here and get ready for these interviews, Kevin. I mean, you know, we had a... I mean, I really don't even know how to comment on that last lap, Kevin. I mean, that was just chaotic and just all sorts of everything there to end that one.
Yeah, no doubt. And you know what, Luke? He's in the interview waiting room. You want to get Asher Little back in here and see how he was able to cash there?
Ah, what the hell? Bring him in.
Hey, Asher, we got to talk to you again. You got a copy?
Oh my gosh, that was great. Dude,
Hey.
my run there. Holy crap.
I mean, a crazy run. It seemed like, you know, the field just went to hell there on the last lap. And then, you guys had it going there on that top line coming out of 3 and 4. We knew Kenny and Kyler Wynn would be blocking those bottom 2 lines. But, I mean, just chaos across the finish line, too, with it. How were you able to avoid both of those last lap wrecks?
Well, to be honest, I had my teammate behind me, Aaron Vasquez. Man, that kid is fast. I don't know. When I was interviewing with y'all,
You mean bring him
I did
in?
not realize. Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in.
Hey, Aaron, how we
What's up,
doing?
Aaron?
Hello.
Hey, man, guys in the booth, we're just talking through that finish, and Asher was talking about the pushes he was getting.
That was like amazing.
It was something else. I mean, half the field just went flying there. We saw Miles just get his car destroyed there at the end. We're a big fan of the Rek'Sai here, but how were you guys able to, for the most part, avoid any contact there on the last lap?
It's-
Sorry, you can go ahead, Aaron.
No, go, go, go.
I think just what he committed to my bumper, and we said we're just gonna go top. We split. Who was that? I'm rewatching right now. Connor, and that put us in a pretty good position if they wrecked. And I had a feeling Kyler Wynn was up there. He does not like no hate to him, but he does not like being a pusher on the final lap. So I think he caused that wreck. I think maybe stack up, just got aggressive, and we had it from there. He was committed to my bumper, and sucks he did not cash. Maybe a Neo Weld will be. It says hopefully it will be, and he gets a cash spot, but kind of just fell into our hands, and super good run for both of us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you guys really put the pedal to the metal there on that last run. Asher, I know when we were talking to you, it was somewhere in the teens. Um, but how'd you guys feel about the racing as far as Master of the High Banks? This is a first race out here officially, as far as broadcasts go. Is it something you want to see more of? And if so, what tracks and cars are you looking out for?
Uh, Me personally, I don't know about Aaron. I'll let him go in second. I love the trucks. They're kind of smack talking the trucks. They do get gridlocked, but it's really fun the four wide and trying to maneuver the lanes, and it feels like the last lap every lap with finding a hole and just shooting it. Arca cars would be fun. They all love the next gens. I low-key hate those things. I'm so bad at them. That's like my worst car. But yeah, maybe even some Xfinity. They got really bad netcode, but those things are fun to sling around any track.
Yeah,
For me, basically, like the tracks are really fun, but I think it's a little bit boring because you cannot overtake a lot like the Arca or the next gen. So I think maybe the Arca, like it was. I did a one race here in Talladega, and it was crazy. Like it was super, super funny to be honest, because you can be P last in the last lap, and you can finish P1 super easily. So yeah, Arca was super fun to drive here.
Yeah, and I gotta agree. I think we're gonna see some super exciting racing here in the future with Master of the High Banks doing what Jimmy's putting on. Thanks, guys, for the interview. Congratulations on the late success there for both of you. Once again, unofficial results. Anything could happen, so fingers crossed. But anyone you'd like to shout out? We'll go one at a time. Asher, you first.
I'd like to thank y'all for putting on the broadcast. Jimmy's coming back, making a little comeback. Thanks him for putting this on. And my grandparents, I did not tell them about this race because I did not think I was gonna cash or do good. And I'm gonna have them rewatch this. It'll be fun.
Yep, every live stream's posted to the channel, so hopefully our language wasn't too bad for the grandparents. But
You're good.
we appreciate you coming out, Asher, and thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aaron, any shout outs you want to give before we get you out of here?
I especially for the organization of the race, basically for you guys in the broadcast, like you are doing a really good job. I really want to thank you of my teammate Grit and Go from Road Racing. So they are support me every time, and they are like always the best thing in my life right now. So yeah, also thanks everyone here can be possible these races. So yeah, basically that.
All right, we appreciate it, Aaron, and congratulations on the run there at the end with Asher.
Thank you.
That was Aaron Vasquez getting it going there at the end. Fell one spot short of cashing, but like they said, these are the unofficial results, so you still have to have a little bit of hope and possibly cash out here.
Yeah, I mean, agree.
Luke,
Both of them.
I don't think we're gonna get the top 3 interviews tonight. If I had to imagine, Kenny's already getting stoned out of celebration. Kyler was in here briefly. I think we missed him. That was probably our fault. And I haven't heard from Connor, so I don't think we're going to get the top 3. But before we go, I am going to get the man of the hour in here, get Jimmy in here to talk about this new series we got going on. So let me go make sure it's cool if I drag him.
And as we wait for them, I mean, that was I don't really have much else to say there about finishing that race. I mean, that was absolutely entertaining, just absolutely exciting stuff to watch there. I mean, I'm very excited to see what these guys put on out here with these Masters of the High Banks. Very interested to hear what maybe we might be going to next out here with this series. I think we're just kind of waiting on him to see if we're going to get him on in here. Regardless, I'm trying to think of some other stuff that we got going on here with the up over here at Ninth Gear. I know for a fact we got CMS on Sunday. I believe that's going to be at Road America in the trucks. That's going to be exciting. I've done a little bit of research on Road America here the last couple days to try to get familiar with it a little bit. Definitely an interesting one, and I definitely suck at it, but I know we got a couple of the guys out here that have been practicing it for the last couple weeks, so I'd like to see how good they do out here at this track, because I know I'm not very good at it.
All right, Luke, I'm back. He's sorting out the payouts right now, so just a couple minutes if you want to, goof off, take a look back at some of the incidents throughout this race.
Sure, we can go and take a look back at the last lap chaos. Let's see what we got out here. So, tell you what, let's watch Falkingham. I know he was involved in that incident in the back straightaway, and then he drove right through Kenny at the end of it. I'm sure he'll have a funny view here.
Yeah, and Luke, while you're showing that, keep showing it. It's good TV, but Jimmy's ready, so I'm gonna drag him over and talk to him.
Yeah, bring him on in. But we'll see.
Hey, Jimmy, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, first off, I want to talk about the race, because that was a crazy race you put on there. We saw the four-wide racing that we were really hoping for, and, netcode was a little rough, but, that's not to fault any of the drivers or anything like that. So, talk us through, how you felt this race went?
Well, fortunately, first 20 lap green flag run with 4 wide off and on was great. Now we had the big net code issue, majority of them, but those last 2 laps it turned into a shit show. Those last 2 laps, so I'm not pleased with that. That's not what I hoped for. We had a lot of guys pushing through, at the end of the race. That's going to happen. That caused some issues tonight, but not pleased with the finish. But yeah, we can do better at the end of the race. But like I say, it started out great. I know y'all been broadcasting. You don't see many green flag runs like that at 65%, but it turned into a shit show at the end. Fortunately, that happened. I apologize to the driver.
Yeah, and I was... Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I just talked to James about it, and the worse it seems to go for the drivers on those last couple laps, the better it seems to go for us. We love hollering, we love the chaos, but unfortunately, it does, hurt some of the drivers that got themselves in the right position there at the end. Netcode was, something, but all in all, it was a great race.
Yeah, you can't please everybody. My main goal is for everybody to, be done happy, but, shit happens. Like I said, I'm not pleased with the final lap. Thank God no promoter, came up on the track and wiped out the leaders and all that. I'm glad we didn't see that shit. That was the most disgraceful thing I ever seen. But other than that, yeah, I wasn't pleased with the end. Can't be proud of that race. I mean, I'm proud of the 20 lap green flag run. We know we had a 26 lap green flag run last night. Had a 30 lap green flag run the Tuesday before. We had a 20-lap green flag run tonight. Each one had 4 wide off and on, but take a pretty good race that was, scarred by net code and turn it into a shit show. Not pleased, not my standard. I'm not happy with it, but again, I appreciate their effort tonight.
Yeah, and I like to think at least, racing is a game of up and downs. And, though tonight might not have been your standard here at Masters of the High Banks, there's always, a chance for more races in the future to hit that standard. So, talk us through, what the future might look like for Masters of the High Banks and what we might expect looking forward.
Hopefully we can clean this shit show up. But yeah, we're probably gonna have to do away with the trucks. That net code is pretty heavy. We're probably gonna go to the Legacy Nationwide. We can do 4 wide and race in that. I do this for my entertainment, man. I don't want to watch boring racing, but I don't want to watch a shit show. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch pacing and deal with all that. But yeah, it was fun, man. Like I say, when you're the most hated on iRacing, man, it's always good to have a good race. But hey, sometimes you got to give them haters ammo. And like I've been saying for 7 years on iRacing, it gets greater later for all them Jimmy Crow haters. But I got to go pay everybody. Appreciate you guys on short notice. Hey, shout out to our sponsor tonight and everything, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Y'all have a good evening, fellas. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, we appreciate it. Thanks, Jimmy.
Have a good
Yeah,
one, Jimmy.
thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you, brothers.
That was Jimmy Crow. Says it might not be the standard, but I think it was a damn good race. From my, from my eyes as a broadcaster. But Luke, I just couldn't help but notice we just got Kenny in the
I
interview
saw
waiting
him.
room.
Bring him on in.
So I'm bringing him in. Hey, Kenny, you got a copy?
Yo, I got you.
Head
Hey, man,
feeling
we're
alright
about to
after all
close
those
out.
wrecks?
We were about to close out, but we had to get you in here and talk through the race and that finish there.
Yeah, I forgot about the broadcast. My son was yelling at me.
Yeah, you're good. We were just talking to Jimmy about the series, but that last lap, he was a little disappointed with it. We were pretty excited with it because we're big fans of the crazy finishes, and I think you finishing more backwards than you were forwards was one of the craziest finishes we've seen. You know, talk us through how you were able to hold him off for just long enough to finish in first.
Yeah, I know Jimmy don't like it, but that's what happens in real life. So it shouldn't be any different over here. It's always gonna happen on that last lap. Sometimes we come across there all straight, and most time we don't. But our race was fun though. A lot of 4 wide racing. Netco's been real bad in these trucks here lately, but nothing to do with Jimmy or nothing. The race was really good. 4 wide was a blast.
Yeah, and absolutely, it was a blast to watch. And I gotta ask, you seem like one of the more inconsistent drivers as far as staying in one spot on the track. It's very entertaining to see you go from, back half of the pack to the front in just a lap or two. How are you able to navigate your way through traffic when we are going 3 and 4 wide out here?
And I usually ride in the back. So as soon as I go to front, it usually gets crazy. So I'll drop back. It all depends on what's going on at front and who's up there, and that kind of determines on what I do. But you just got to get the right person hooked up on you, and you can make some moves to get to the front. Just got to have the right guy behind you. It's all about that pusher.
Yeah, I gotta agree. An absolute great race for you. You were able to get to the front and stay there when it mattered. So congratulations on taking the checkered out here tonight. At the very shortest, we'll see you Saturday. So we look forward to that. You want to shout anybody out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, thanks Jimmy for putting it on. Thank you all for doing the broadcast. Thanks John and there and Kyler. Kyler tried to get the win there, but John stayed with me, and I appreciate that. I owe him one for sure.
All right, we appreciate it, Kenny. Congratulations on the win out here tonight and the broadcasting debut of Master of the High Banks.
Thank you, brother.
That was Kenny McCullough Jr. in the 3 car, getting it done here and taking home the first broadcasted checkered flag here. What a finish, Luke.
I mean, I'd have to agree with you, Kevin. That wasn't. I know the Crow wasn't exactly the happiest with the final lap out there, but in my opinion, last lap racing out there, that was just absolute chaos. I had a blast yelling and screaming and commentating all the crazy shenanigans that happened there on that last lap. But regardless, an absolute blast to the opening race for the Master of the High Bank Series, Kevin. I know I'm really looking forward to. I think they said the Legacy cars coming up. that's going to be a handful.
Yeah, I think just floating out some ideas, but if it does happen, I hope to God we can be there, Luke, because those cars are a blast. But I think that's about all we got for tonight. We got a busy schedule coming up. We got Burnt Rubber on Thursday. We're taking Wednesday off with R&R, so if you want to see that race, head on over to PGR. I think Michael's going to take over for that one for a couple weeks. I know we'll be watching. Thursday we got Burnt Rubber. Friday we got R&R with their Super Series. Saturday we got MMS. Sunday we have CMS. So if you want to check out any of those, Saturday I don't know what car it is yet. Sunday's going to be Trucks at Road America. Man, I'm nervous about that one, Luke.
You know, I was just talking about it a little earlier where you were talking to Jimmy before you brought him in here. I was doing a little bit of research on Road America, and let's put it this way. I haven't put up any good lap times. We'll leave it at
No,
that.
me
but
neither. Me neither.
regardless, I've learned a little bit about it, so hopefully we won't be completely lost in the dark on the commentating on a road course, but it's definitely going to be a change up from the oval we're used to.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a packed schedule. If you are interested in watching those, keep an eye out. We'll get the schedule out for specific times on our YouTube. But yeah, check out any of the broadcasts of the past, any of the broadcasts in the future. We appreciate all the support. Anybody that likes, anybody that subscribes, it means the world to us. We appreciate you. But, Luke, I think that's going to about do it if you don't have anything else.
Yeah, I think that'll about do it for me, but big thanks to the viewers for watching. Big thanks to the drivers for putting on a show for us, and thanks to Jimmy Crow for putting this whole thing on for us and making it all possible. I guess that's about all I got for us, and
thanks to James for RCing tonight.
Ah, yes, and thanks to James for RCing. But like I was saying, that'll about do it for us. Thanks everybody for coming out, and we'll see you all on the next broadcast. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, race fans.